Hey there YouTube, Wrestling Optimus here, back with my action figure review of Money in the Bank 2021. This was WWE's first pay-per-view in front of a full capacity live audience since the start of the pandemic, and they more than delivered with one of their best shows in years. Give equal credit to the fans who were hot all night long. Maybe all that excitement is giving me rose-tinted glasses, but this really did feel like a special event, and I'm excited to jump into it. But first, if you're new here, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more pro wrestling and action figure content. Now, we're headed into my custom arena, so for a recap and review, let's take it over to the action figures. On the kickoff show, the Mysterios get an elaborate Aztec-themed entrance where they come through a portal. I like that they're trying something new with this VR stuff, but I didn't like or understand this particular one. Why exactly did they need to arrive by portal, and what does that have to do with their characters? Either way, Jimmy gets the pin on Ray with some illegal help from his brother to become 7-time tag team champions. For now, everyone in the bloodline has gold. The main show starts with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Alexa tries to use her superpowers to retrieve the briefcase rather than using a ladder, but gets stopped by Tamina. Later, Alexa has a stare down with Zelina Vega at the top of a ladder, but uses her powers to put Vega in a trance and voluntarily climb back down. However, this time Natalya arrives to stop Bliss from winning. Natty proceeds to literally carry Zelina up a ladder on her back, but they're stopped by Liv Morgan. Nikki Ash botches her big superhero dive off a ladder by missing half the women in the group that conveniently gathered while she was preening for the crowd. On the outside, everyone teams up and buries Alexa with ladders. Back in the ring, they all blatantly cooperate to set up 3 ladders instead of trying to win. Still, this leads to a cool 7-woman spot at the top, where Nikki Ash, of all people, reaches over everyone while they fight and grabs the briefcase to become Miss Money in the Bank. I did not see that coming. Roman, Jimmy, and Jay are in their private locker room celebrating the Usos' victory earlier tonight, when Reigns basically takes credit for their recent success. He insinuates that he may need them to return the favor in his match later on. Then, Jimmy acknowledges his cousin for the first time as the head of the table and his tribal chief. The other tag team titles are on the line next, as AJ Styles and Omos defend against Eric and Ivar. Strangely, the big man starts things off, so the Viking Raiders try to double team him, but get thrown around for their efforts. AJ tags back in, and things are competitive again. There's lots of near falls, including a Viking experience on AJ, but it's not enough as Omos and the Phenomenal One retain. WWE's supposed top title is buried in the middle of the card as a newly refocused Bobby Lashley defends against Kofi Kingston. The Almighty dominates the entire match, even as the crowd tries desperately to help Kofi get back in it. After softening him up with a hurt lock, Lashley fittingly hits 3 Dominators in a row before sinking in another hurt lock for the submission victory. Rhea Ripley high-fives her way to the ring, implying that she is in fact the babyface here, although you wouldn't know it by her recent actions. Charlotte, on the other hand, is clearly the heel, ignoring the fans as she parades down the ramp. It's a great match with lots of counters, including Charlotte reversing a Riptide into a DDT. Later on, Rhea shockingly kicks out of a top rope natural selection that leaves the crowd stunned. But after the Queen bashes Ripley's leg with the ring steps, she locks in a figure 8 and once again becomes Raw Women's Champion. There's a skit before the men's Money in the Bank ladder match involving 2 of my favorites, Rick Boogs and Riddle, but no one in the United States was able to see it because this is when Peacock decided to crash. I also missed all 8 of the entrances and about 10 minutes of the match itself before they fixed the stream. That's ridiculous for such a massive company like NBC, and it looks even worse for WWE, who abandoned their own existing and functional network in order to move to a new platform that clearly didn't have the infrastructure in place to handle it. I hope all that Peacock money was worth pissing off their dwindling fan base. Anyway, when I was able to watch again, it was another great match. There were tons of awesome spots and close calls that I'm sure they'll replay on Raw tonight, but in the end, Big E captures the briefcase to become Mr. Money in the Bank. Afterwards, Seth Rollins says he's tired of waiting and needs a change, so he declares that regardless of who wins the Universal Championship tonight, he's next in line. In the main event, Roman Reigns defends his Universal Championship against the Rated R superstar, Edge. After a clean yet competitive match, Charles Robinson takes a ref bump, allowing Edge to once again use a piece of chair on Roman without getting DQ'd. The Usos come out to help, but get chased off by the Mysterios. Seth Rollins runs down to take out Edge, but he manages to hit Reigns with a spear anyway. Unfortunately, the new ref is too late, and that only gets a 2 count. Seth comes down again and distracts Edge, so Roman can hit a spear of his own and retain. Seth continues beating up Edge before claiming that Roman only won with his help. Then he and Edge brawl to the back. Roman grabs a mic and tells the whole world to acknowledge him when suddenly... Wabatu! John Cena sucks! John Cena sucks! The crowd goes absolutely nuts as the leader of C Nation silently gets in Roman's face, does the "you can't see me" hand gesture, and walks off posing the entire way. What a fantastic ending and overall great pay-per-view. If it weren't for those infuriating issues with Peacock, this would have been near perfection, at least on a WWE scale. Still, those exact issues really took me out of it, ironically at the start of the show's titular match. I also didn't like how predictable some of the outcomes were, i.e. Lashley, Charlotte, and Reigns. But with all that said, every match delivered, even if botchy at times, and far exceeded their lackluster builds. I was thoroughly sports entertained from start to finish. Now I just need to figure out why I did so poorly in predictions. Maybe that potion is still wearing off. Hello, this is your Pickle General Manager, back with the results of tonight's pay-per-view. With 6 out of 7 correct, Danny has won the Mighty Pickle Trophy, and earned a shot at Brittany's Pickle Championship in a competition of her choosing. And I've just been told that this will be a tag team competition, so find a partner, Danny, and get ready for battle. Alright, that'll do it for Money in the Bank 2021. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. I'll be back on Thursday with my review of AEW Fyter Fest Night 2. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to do all that normal YouTube stuff. Smash the like button, share with any wrestling or action figure fans you may know, subscribe to the channel, and spread the word. You can also talk to me over on Twitter at WrestlingOptimus, or see all my best figure photography over on Instagram at WrestlingOptimus. If you haven't seen my review of Fyter Fest Night 1, you can check that out right here. But until next time, I've been Wrestling Optimus, and I'll catch you later.